We are in class 2 of adverb. In last class we discussed the terms of the place position of adverb, as well the confusion between adjective and adverb. It was a quite important class. In that class I gave you the concepts, the strategies, and the way that you can find out the proper and accurate place position of adverb. Here in this class, class number 2 of adverb, we will discuss the remaining sections, the remaining concepts, and after that in next class you will have removal of adverb to. So what is the condition, what is the meaning of adverb to? Because it is used after the adjective, and you will have the terms like this. It is type 1, so you will have the statement like this: you are too tired to run fast. You are too tired to run fast. You are too tired to run fast. समझो, tired is the adjective. Before tired we have TWO2. It is known as adverb. Okay, you are too tired to run fast. अब ध्यान दो, the first phase is of negative condition, and the second condition, the second phase is of positive condition. So this particular part, first part, inverse relation between the adjective clause and adverbial clause. It means if the term of adjective clause is negative, then verbal clause must be positive, and if the term of adjective clause is positive, the adverbial clause must be negative. So there must be an inverse relation between the adjective clause and the adverbial clause, and we have to make sure that if the term between both the clauses is not inversion, is not opposite, it's not adverse, the statement is wrong. Dear, I'm just giving you a few more examples, and on the behalf of those examples, we'll just check yourself that these are the points where normally a student gets mistake. He makes the mistake. Why? Because he is trying to solve the grammatical question, the technical questions on the behalf of their Hindi meaning. And whenever you are trying such kind of any incident, obviously you are going to ruin yourself. So my dear student, I hope that you are quite clear in concept now. Now it's time for a few more examples of type first in term of removal of adverb to, and these examples will make the concept clear that why do we get such type of mistakes that are quite blunder. So here I am giving you a few more examples, and be with me with these examples. Okay. Rana is too kind to beat anyone. Rana is too kind to beat anyone. Dear, here we have two clauses. First one is known as the adjective clause, second one is known as the verbal clause, and to be kind is the positive condition, is the positive quality of Rana, but to beat anyone is negative work by Rana. It means the verbal and the adjective clause both are regarding the adverbs relation, so statement is correct. No problem. We can we can have some silly mistakes, some silly problems that you generally know, that in place of TOO2 that may be TO2, or in place of TO2 that may be TOO2, but these are the silly mistakes. You get trapped in such kind of mistakes even if you have closed your eyes. Seriously, if you have closed your eye, then only you can be trapped. Otherwise, if you are a little bit aware, you can easily find out that such sort of mistakes are just checking your temperament, checking your awareness, checking your alertness. Now, one more example. Madhav is too strong to lift this heavy box. So if I say Madhav is too strong to lift this heavy box, check the statement. Here Madhav is too strong. It is the positive mode of adjective. To lift this heavy box, it is the negative mode of verb. Sorry, it is also a positive mode of verb. So here adjective and verb both are positive by nature, and the statement is not correct. So in short, we just want to say that Madhav is too strong, so he cannot lift the box. But this is not true. Here we are having the same term of relation between the adjective and the adverb. Both are positive. So remember, if both are positive, both are negative. In course of adverb 2, the terminology is absolutely wrong. Both are positive, both are negative in course of adverb 2, so terminology is absolutely wrong. So what is the method to correct the statement, and how can we correct the statement? Okay, so here is Madhav is too strong, and if we have both side positive, so we must do like this: Madhav is too strong, and after the adjective clause we have to add not before to. So the condition is that Madhav is too strong not to lift the heavy box. And now you can check that being too strong is the positive condition, but not to lift is the negative condition. And if we have the opposite relation, the adverb relation between the adjective clause and adverb clause, only then the statement is correct. Otherwise, absolutely wrong. Okay. Now next. Here I am talking about type 2. So if we want to make this sentence in a simple sentence, the infinitive sentence in simple sentence, this particular structure is known as type 2. Okay, this particular structure is known as type 2. Just look. Suppose I say, you are too good to cheat anyone. So at first glance the statement is correct, because you are too good is the positive term, to cheat anyone is the negative term. So in the first glance statement is correct. Okay, but if I want to make this sentence in a simple sentence, so how can we change? The first condition is that if you have 2 you will check so much or very, and TO2 will change can plus V1 if the condition is positive, and can't plus V1 if the condition is negative. So tell me, being too good is the positive condition, but to cheat is the negative. So if we want to change the structure in a simple sentence, the structure will like this. Be careful. You are too good to cheat anyone. The structure will be like this. You are so good now. If we want to join adjective and verbal clause, we have to make a conjunction, and the conjunction that is used for the positive condition, for simple condition, is that. So the place of that is the connector. So you are so good that. Now to cheat anyone, if I am using connector, so we have to use a new subject, and if we are using a new subject meaning will be changed. So for that reason being, whatever the subject we have used earlier in adjective clause, that will be the part of the next statement. Okay, so you are so good that you will be here at the introductory or the new statement. You are so good that you. Now cheat, for a good person the act of cheating is not possible. So here the work that in which you is involved is negative. So we will go, you are so good that you can't cheat anyone, and this is the simple structure of the infinitive statement. So this is the structure where you will get the questions regarding this. This is the structure where you will have a few doubts, few problems, and if you are successfully managing the term, you can say that you are going to solve a question that is sure and certain will be for 2 or 4 marks, or at least 6 to 8 marks in various examinations. Okay. Now it's time for a few more examples that we have. If I give you one more example like this, Manorama is too brave not to face any difficult situation. Okay, so Manorama is too brave. Here is the first clause that is talking about the positive condition of not to face any difficult situation. Okay, remember guys, if I remove not, so statement will be positive. To face a difficult situation is a positive condition. So both sides will be positive. For that reason being, I have to use what? I have to not before to. So it will be negative. Now the statement is correct. Manorama is too brave not to face any difficult situation. But if I want to change the sentence in a simple mode, So what will be the structure? It will be somewhat like this. Manorama is so brave, and after that we have to use a conjunction, that is that. Now we need the subject, and the subject is what? Manorama. So we will go with the pronoun mode of Manorama is what? She. Not will be removed. Can is used. Can face any. Difficult situation. So just look there, even after changing the structure of statement, the meaning of both the statement is same. So here is the main problem, here is the main challenge. You are instructed to change the pattern of the statement. You are instructed to change the structure of the statement, but you are not instructed to change the meaning of the statement. And it is quite compulsory for any student that whenever we have the questions like this, whenever we have the terms like this, we must make sure that meaning is not going to be changed. So if it is a part of your examination, you guys must make it sure that any type of mistake done by you in this scenario is not acceptable. So here we just make our mind focused. We just think that whatever the questions we have, all the questions will be solved on this pattern. So dear, it was the concept removal of adverb true. Now we are moving towards the last concept of adverb, and that is inversion expression. It is very important, short but very important concept, and we will spend a few minutes over the concept here, and after that the chapter adverb will be completed. And you guys are instructed to just revise the entire chapter by watching these two videos again, because next class will be the class of previous year questions based on adverb. So dear, before we finish, it's time to discuss the most important, most challenging and most technical concept that is considered as inversion expressions. So my dear student, don't get fear, because I am here, and now let's move towards the inversion expressions. Inversion expression. What is inverse? As I told you that the opposite term, the inversion. Okay, just have a look at what happens generally. What happens generally? Normally we have a structure like this, SVO. In normal we have the structure SVO, subject verb object. The subject is closely associated to verb, because whatever the work is performed, that is the identity of subject, because alone subject is nothing if he or she is not doing anything. So verb is closely associated with subject, but here we find an adverb, the word which is an adverb before the subject, and naturally the adverb is automatically associated with a verb. It means in this case a verb is having the double claim, the double relation, first by subject and second by adverb. So if we have the double claim or the double trouble on verb, it is known as inversion. So the double trouble on verb is known as inversion. So what are the ways to find out whether the statement is an inversion or not, and what are the remedies, what are the ways so that we can make a sentence, we can construct a sentence from inversion to a correct sentence. Just look, if we have the inversion, if we have the questions that are based on inversion, we must make sure that the word that is used as adverb, the adverb word will be here at the beginning as subject. Then after we will use the helping verb, and here the main subject. Then after main verb and object and other word. Other words. So dear, it is the structure. We will find the sentence like this, and we have to improve a sentence in this manner. But if I am only talking about the formula, the rule, that may be confucius, problematic. The best way to clear the concept is what? The best way to clear the concept is to go with the examples, because examples will make sure whether you are right or wrong. Only examples will make sure. So my dear student, here I am going to give you a few examples on the basis of inversion expression, and you must be attentive, be focused that in what manner you will receive the questions, and what are the strategy, what are the terms, the technique, the concept, the conditions that you can solve the questions, because these type of questions, these sort of questions are really confucius. Okay, let's start. Now we have the questions like this. The first type of inversion is converted with adverb of frequency. So adverb of frequency, whenever we have the word like this, always, ever, never, seldom, hardly, scarcely, normally, generally, rarely, daily, these days, nowadays. These are the words that we generally use under the heading of adverb of frequency. So when we find any of these words, we just consider that we are in the term of inversionic statement. The statement is related to inversion expression, and in that course we have to change the structure of statement to make it correct. Just have a look. Hardly, I had reached home when someone knocked at door. Here, just look. I is the subject that is related to the verb had reached. Okay, hardly is also an adverb and it is also related to connected to the verb. So with verb we have two words and both are related or connected to verb had reached. So if we have such kind of condition, we must know that we are in invergenic statement. If we have such kind of condition, we must know that we are in invergenic statement. So dear, to make the sentence correct, how? As I told you that this particular word will play the part of a subject. So it will be like this. Hardly. It will be the part of the acting subject, not the main subject. And now we have the helping verb had. I will play the main subject. Hardly had I reached. So this is the correct statement. This is the correct statement. But the dilemma is that, the problem is that, confusion is that we generally consider wrong statement as right and right statement as wrong. And hardly had I reached home, I think the word, oh, something is wrong. So it's our conscience that makes us right and makes us wrong. So whenever we are struggling, whenever we are trying to achieve anything, we must not forget that we are our greatest enemy as well. We are our best friend. So if you are facing the problem in such kind of words and such kind of conditions, you guys must make it sure that these questions are 100% the part of your life and the examination also. Look, one more example. Never he went alone by fear of dogs. Never he went alone by fear of dogs. So at first glance the statement is correct. But the same problem is here. He went, V2, main verb. Never is the adverb, it is also connected with went, V2. So we have double trouble with verb. And whenever we have double trouble with verb, the statement is invergenic. So we just solve the problem of double trouble. Look, so what is the correct manner? Never is used as the acting subject. Now we want the helping verb, and went is what? V2. It is related to simple past or past indefinite. So when I consider the helping verb that is associated with went, it comes what? It comes did. Never did. He will be the main subject and we use V1 with did. So never did he go alone by fear of dogs. It is the correct statement. Never did he go alone by fear of dogs. So my dear student, it is about inversion expressions. I have one more kind or type. If you find not only but also, no sooner, under no, round the, or any word that is connected or associated with the verb as in the acting of adverb. Here we find what? Here we find inversion. Just look the examples. No sooner I reached home than it started raining. So if I say that find out the mistake in the given statement, so at first glance it seems correct. First glance it seems correct. But no sooner is the word that is acting as adverb and it is claiming over the reached. That's the main verb. I is subject, and but obviously it is also claiming over the main verb reached. So we have double trouble with verb. It is obvious that whenever we have the double trouble on verb, it is inversion. Double trouble is always inversion. So the correct way is that no sooner will be the place where it is like this. No sooner, and here reached is the V2. So for that reason being, we will have did. No sooner did, and I reach, because with did V1 we use what? V1. So no sooner did I reach home than it started raining. Okay. One more question. Under no condition he will give you any information under no condition he will give you any information. Okay, so under no is also a verb that is acting like an adverb. So under no condition is the entire word phrase that is acting like an adverb and it is claiming over the verb will give, and obviously he is the subject that is also claiming over verb. So there is the double trouble with verb. I repeat, whenever we have the sense like double trouble with verb, so in the case of double trouble we are always having an inversion sentence, an inversionic sentence. Okay, so the condition will like this. Under no condition, here the helping verb will be here. Will he give you any information? So dear, it is all about inversion expression, and it is also all about adverb. So we completed the entire concept of adverb actually. We just learned that what are the place position of adverb. We talk about 3 place positions, and then the second point was that how can we avoid the terms of extreme confusion between the adjective and the adverb. Today we discussed the terms of removal of adverb to. That was quite important and a very keen part of your examination maybe. And the last one that we discussed, that the condition of inversion expression. So my dear student, these are the concepts that we generally discuss under the heading adverb. Now we have completed all the nooks and corners of adverb. We have discussed all the terms, the terminology, the concept, the formulas, the rules, everything we have covered of adverb. And now it's time for the previous year questions based on adverb. As we have a routine that after completing the concepts, we just go with a few questions of the related topic that were the part of the previous year examinations in different term of examination, different mode of examination. So the such routine will also be followed traditionally. It will not be break. So here in next class we will have a few questions of adverb, and after that, very important information, after that we will start a very important, great, and the soul of the parts of a speech. It is known as preposition. Yes, you heard correctly. Preposition will be the next class. Preposition, after completing the question of adverb, and preposition will help you a lot. Till then, keep yourself safe and have a nice and pleasant day. Thank you. That's all. Jai Hind.